you doing? My name is Steve Baker, aka Steve Decatur. I'm the owner of 88 Martin Luther King Drive, Steve Decatur Comfort Foods. That's located in Jersey, New Jersey. Telephone number is 201-946-4100. For catering is 201-761-9751.
All right, Steve, my first question to you would be, how and why? What was your vision? Why? Your dream? How did you come up with Steve Decatur? I mean, how did you start cooking and this delicious food? I've eaten it today. I can't stop eating. I'm sitting here thinking of something else to eat. How did you come up with this, and why, more importantly, why did you choose Greenville and MLK to open up your business?
Okay, thank you and welcome for coming. I'm honored for you to come and classify me as a new chef coming up. Reason I come about of cooking and becoming a chef, my grandmother was a caterer, my mother was a fashion enthusiast, so all I was around was food and fashion. I came up back from North Carolina to Jersey City 19 years ago, and I was in the corporate world, got a little tired of the corporate world, and always cooked on the side for my friends and family. And the biggest thing I always enjoyed was people enjoying the food like yourself.
It's delicious.
Thank you. So what brought me to Greenville location, I was working in Manhattan, working for City Harvest. I was the food transport manager there, helping out the homeless. And I started to find myself that allowed me to be around wonderful people and food and fashion. And I took real heed to it, so I studied more into it, got more involved, and understood it was my gift and my passion. And what brought me back to MLK, I was working, doing some cooking classes for PERC, that's located in Union City, teaching the homeless how to cook, teaching children how to garden and things like that. And also with my spare time, my full-time job is catering. So on my spare time, I love to volunteer doing things, giving back to the community. And that's what keeps me in the hands of knowing what's going on, what's the great foods and things of that nature.
Okay. And you were telling us about how you came up with the concept of Steve Decatur and why you chose MLK in Greenville.
Okay, Steve Decatur comes about a customer that when I used to just do catering for him on like Christmas parties and stuff. And the concept, they said Steve, Steve who? You know, Steve Decatur. It's stuck in the community, just called me Steve Decatur, so we kept the name. It's the brand now, Steve Decatur.
And Greenville, how did you come up with wanting to open up your place of business in Greenville?
I really wanted to return back home. I noticed there was no eateries where people could really sit down and have a choice. Our choices are limited, if you notice in the Greenville section. Yes, you have the Chinese, you have some of the mom and pops, but it wasn't the modern feel, my opinion, of what is great comfort food or open-minded food, that I would say. So my dream was to return to Greenville location, back to the Greenville location. And
I noticed two things when I came into your store. One, that it was warm, it was friendly. I noticed the decor right away. It was very different from a lot of the eateries that I come into. And it wasn't, I wasn't walking up to bulletproof glass to order.
yes.
It was nice, very modern but comfortable and homey. I noticed that you had choices of foods that you had that had organic food,
yes.
Gluten-free
yes.
dishes that you had. And you don't find that in Greenville, in the inner city when you walk in.
Yes.
And how did that all come about? Why?
I believe I like people to eat the way I eat. So there's things choices. I believe everyone have a choice in life, a choice of a path, choice what we decide the way we dress and everything. So it wasn't just all about me. It's not about me. It's about the community, the people that come through, the people that comes in the store that probably wouldn't have $1 to eat. So it was my choice to say, you know what? I don't want to go up and order food in front of bulletproof glass. That's already people make intimidation, and that's what we're not about. We are people in this area, in the urban area, which things happen all across the United States. The decor you speak about, this image, the storefront was nothing like this, not at all. We came with a concept of giving people more of a different look, just being out of the ordinary. As you can see, we have more of a modern feel, the table, so that way if you come in with your family, you're not tensed. It's all about image. If you see what you do, if you ever heard the old saying.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, if you see something that you feel comfortable in your own home and how you can sit down and feel like you sit down and eat, it's a blessing. I'm flattered that you brought that up.
Yeah, I mean the food was good, and because I came in with Dawn, who's the other reporter, and she doesn't eat anything with gluten in, and right away you had something that she could eat, and you told us that a lot of your dishes are made with organic products,
Yes.
and that was. Can you tell us a little bit more about the dishes?
Before you answer that question, I just want to share a comment that I made to her when we decided to interview. I said to her, "You're going to have to take one for the team. You're going to have to eat 2 dishes because there's not going to be anything on the menu for me."
Absolutely.
I said there's not going to be anything gluten-free, and I wasn't going to eat a salad, so I figured that she was going to have to eat 2 dishes, and she was going to have to report on them. So when you said that you could do dishes gluten-free, I was astonished and elated at the same time.
Well, the most important thing that I find from working around different parts of the avenue, trying different foods, my family taste palette is different. Not different. We kind of open-minded to food. Jersey City culture is beautiful. No place in this world. You know, I have been places. I cook with a lot of different chefs around the country. Jersey City is diverse. Every section of Jersey City and we're gonna get into that. You have Indian food, you have Chinese food, and it's not just Chinese. You have different Asian background. Asian food's on 440. I love it because now you have a choice to go and figure out what is this. Just because you're not knowledgeable doesn't mean you don't know about it. So with that being said, I like to go to the farmer's market. So whatever's fresh and new, I grab it. I bring it in the kitchen and I bring it together. It's something different from everybody. So people come in, what's today's special? Because they taste palates are opening up. So we have a lot of organic dishes. Some of the classic subs. Some people say, like gluten-free. We have no GMO, no hormones in our products. And we also want to keep the prices affordable. Keep a fresh product in. If it's not on the menu and we don't have it, and we can't keep the same product until we can find something close, then we don't use it.
I noticed one of the young ladies, she came in and she bought a delicious pastrami sandwich, and when she opened it up to show it to us, I'm thinking, oh my God, this pastrami sandwich was reasonably priced. It was only $6, but it could feed 2.5 people.
Yes.
I mean, I never saw a pastrami sandwich that big.
Yes.
And and like she said, the meat is like butter in your mouth.
Yes.
And how do you do it? How do you do it?
I'm just one so proud of. So I go out during the morning as you ladies was coming up. I was out early this morning searching for that product. I go out and I travel out in the morning and I go look to certain distributors and see what they have, and I'd settle for less.
How did you pull the organic, the gluten-free, the prices, a wonderful menu that's very different?
It was a journey of traveling, knowing what exists and what don't exist. The product is there, we just have to search for it. The prices is there, we have to be able to sacrifice along with it. So it's not always so much about what you're serving, it's about what are you preparing. So it's easy just to say, okay, I just go get lettuce, I go get this, I go get that, and put something together, but it's more about how to combine this all together. This all took place, it took 8 years in the making. So it wasn't something overnight. Traveling down to Patterson, New Jersey, to a lot of the halal and food distributors, farmers market, Journal Square on Wednesdays, beautiful place. So all these places and pallets that's around here, we just have to go and get it. So how I came about it, organic food. A lot of people say organic, and I was a little afraid beginning of letting people know what the food was. People come up, this food tastes different. What is in this? It's not what's in it, it's what's taken out of it. So when you're been accustomed of going to an eatery and they just going to purchase it, that's their choice. I'm not knocking anybody what they do, but you're not giving people choice to decide. Okay, like young lady here, I can't eat gluten. It's not that she can't, she don't want to. So we able to provide that. So if we don't have it, I would create something here on the spot. So that way your palate will always be available here. It's not this is what you see, this is what you get. Because this is a kitchen to the community. So while we're here, we're gonna have more chefs that's gonna come in here, be able to, as you as a customer, something close to it, we wanna give you that, understand that you don't have to travel out far and be able to spend your whole check to eat something affordable for you and your family.
Now, the next thing was when I spoke to you earlier when I came in, one of your visions was, a lot of people, I'm always asking business owners, business is good for competition. Other business is good for competition. Expanding business is always good. You said you wanted to put one of the things that the community needs, and you get a lot of business owners that say, gosh, I wish another entrepreneur would put a nice organic vegetable stand. You said, that's been one of my ideas. Tell me a little bit about that idea.
Okay, as we sit here, in this section here, my space not even 500 feet. Mm-hmm. And people like, I don't have much real estate. So we utilize this storefront is totally different. We've only been here for 5 months, so we already expanded the business already. We had to shift to make the kitchen bigger, give room for the public when they come in, they have somewhere to go. I have noticed in my journey, I have to go all the way to Journal Square or Patterson, New Jersey, when there's people just like me at home that want to buy fresh vegetables. You go to some of the stores, there's no fresh vegetables.
There's nothing organic.
There's nothing organic. So besides organic, there's no fresh vegetables. Fresh vegetables is not where it's been sitting there and it looked decayed. If a child or someone want an apple, they should be able to purchase the apple. So all around here we have chips, juice, things in that nature. Sodas and things like that. So we gradually changing the frame of how kind of products is coming into the store. That's the organic. We need choice. Free range eggs, free range chicken, free range vegetables, apples, produce, fruits, things of that nature. And we need to be educated what it is. Because the first thing I hear from the community, organic, I don't eat that. You should be eating it. And making sure you don't have no chemicals in your food. It's not being suited up with hormones and things of that nature. And which causing a lot of issues in our health. And we could go on and on and on. Right now, as you can see in Jersey City, in the Greenville section, you don't have many options for a supermarket. To travel to go to a supermarket, to the closest A&P that sell a little bit variety of organic products, and it's not being used, consumed that much because it's not being properly handled properly. It's being ordered, but no one's ordering it, as you may say. We need organic, whole foods, or even a mom and pop, someone else in the community come and open a business up. You'd be surprised, a juice bar, people that actually come in and be able to have a choice of what they want to have in their.
Yes, I always want to notice because, even in my own household, me and my roommate, my brother, we don't consume a lot of meat. When we do, it's normally meat that's not injected with a lot of hormones. We consume a lot of vegetables. But when we want to eat healthy and have something organic, we have to get on our coats, either get in a car or get on a bus or catch the light rail and go all the way outside our community, over 3 miles away, to find a juice bar, to find organic cucumber, to find meats that are not all shot up to get to a farmer's market. I mean, we have to travel. And is that something that you want to see come to Greenville, or is that something that you yourself want to make happen through your business?
I will make that happen through my business during time and patience. We're looking forward of expanding to the outside of this property. We're going to have some organic vegetables, some more fresh vegetables, and choices of products people could have. So some of the items that we use here, we are going to start people be able to purchase from seasoning to spices to herbs that we use. We use everything in here. It's about 80% of the items that we use here are organic.
Nice.
So it's just a stepping stone. You know, when we first opened up, we was at 60%. Now I can say we at 80%. So I'm looking by the summer of July, the latest is in front of the property. If you could turn around, we want to just use this as a fruit stand. Also soaps and lotions, things of that nature, with no animal lard that we have to go out inside the box and spend all this money for. When we could do it right here, let's get it back to where it used to be.
Nice.
What would you like to see come to the community? What type of entrepreneurs, what type of businesses
Other businesses.
that you want to see in this area? Who do you want to the left of you? Who do you want to the right of you?
I want to see more eateries here. I want to see more people that's inside their homes, like I was, cooking, having a passion in your house, cooking and trying to make it happen and come out in faith and really do it. I want to see record stores back out here. You have a lot of talented kids that's out here that have no way of design of where they want to go. I want to see more mom and pop eateries, record stores, clothing. There's, this community is so built on fashion. I want to see a poetry, soul cafe that's on community, a beautiful place there. We need more of that here, and that could help bring more jobs out, so they can kind of stop the cattle run. The cattle run is ridiculous out here. And the reason being, there's no jobs here. We need to bring some more infrastructure here in the community. That way, some of the people that are looking for work be able to have and be able to support their families. This is not the way. So if you could open up more storefronts and more...
Would you like to see the city of Jersey City make it easier for entrepreneurs? A lot of people think it's the zoning. They it's always no. Do you want to? Would you like to see the city make it a lot easier for young entrepreneurs to go into business?
I can speak for myself. It's a hard way of going if you're looking for support from the city. I remember years back when I looked into it, it didn't exist. It don't exist from my understanding. There need to be more clarity of what is available and what's not available. It is not shown. I don't know about now. I kind of did this on another whole different path, but it's needed. And I'm not saying that it's a way of the choices, how the way it was being mishandled. I don't know if it's mishandled. I don't know if there's the right approach, but there have to be some more open programs and being educated to the community, not just the Greenville section, all across the city. Because you have a lot of people that have these thoughts and have these ideas of what they would like to do and expand from out wherever they at and to recreate and come out into a storefront area and get into the public and educate them on some of the things that's available out here. So I think if it's possible, if the city do have these openings or they have more understanding on how to bring to the forefront of if there's grants or there's seminars and educate the people, because it's easy to say I want to dream something, but if you don't have nobody help you move forward, it won't exist.
Okay, so what effect do you think the economy's had on the Greenville area?
The effect that the economy had on that it do have on the Greenville area, there's no self-employment. We're speaking about that, and there's no options. There's no jobs available. And what's happening is everything, the property value, the people life, doesn't change. So with that happening, causes a lot of different adjustments, I say. And I was speaking yesterday with a group of guys. They was in here speaking. The biggest problem we have now is there's talent, but there's no innovators. You need innovation to come into the community. That way it can help create jobs, build more, not just storefronts. Where's the Steve Jobs at? Where's the Steve Decaters? They're here, but if you don't have no one pushing it and seeing a diamond in the rough and clean it off and say polish it up and put it out there, there's nothing available. So I think what's changing communities across the United States is that the jobs that was there in the 90s is gone. So we have to find out what is the public need. So you can find what the public need, you can innovate that and have it available for purchase to import, export, things of that nature. So until we could get to that, nothing else won't exist.
So you grew up in Greenville.
I grew up in the Greenville section, but also in my adult years. Grew up in North Carolina. North Carolina, from that, and I seen a different way of life, of living, and from speaking about organic, of seeing my aunts and uncles, grandmothers, actually picking literally collard greens from out of the ground. I thought it was the ilkiest thing, but they educated me about it. Meaning when November came, October came, the whole family came out and we picked it and we grabbed everything. Everybody cleaned it up and everybody cut them up and put them in the bags. And that lasted us to the next year and still had some. And what happened was, as me growing older and understanding that, it didn't just take a family, it took a community. Because if you went hunting or you had a whole cow in your backyard, you had eggs every day, they did exchange. Whenever you're ready.
You speak of your family as being a driving force in your community. What else is a driving force in your life and how you do business with your community?
And the type of products that you sell and the way you choose to and not choose to prepare them.
Right.
What keeps me going is knowing that I'm still painting a picture.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone comes through the door and they come in and just say, I'm just coming in just to support. Besides I need your support, I need you to open your mind. Open your voice, because we all have a voice, no matter what story or what travel or what journey we went on, it's all different. So with that being said, what keeps me going is just having people to talk to wonderful people like y'all that just made my day. I woke up in beautiful spirit, thanks to Allah, that He allowed me to wake up and be able to open the gates with good spirits and meet new people and understanding that we all as one. And just me just showing you with everything I got. I just love people to say the food good. You know, if it's great.
And it is good.
And it just makes me want to say I gotta create something else now.
What are some of your specialties on your, what do you pride? I know you love all your food and everything that I've tried, and I've tried at least 3 dishes today. A dessert and the fish.
I want you to start asking the question about the menu.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you one question. I want to talk about your menu a little bit. There's so many great things on this menu, and I've had 3 things today. I had your fish, I've had the chicken with your special Steve sauce, and I had a dessert, which was your banana pudding.
Yes.
Everything, it was so comforting, it was so delicious, but it was light. When it hit my stomach, like a lot of places I sit down to eat, when I eat, I feel heavy, I feel uncomfortable. And you serve big portions, and I'm saying afterwards I feel so light. So I want to talk about your menu. What are some of your favorites from your menu that you really do well? I mean, that the public loves and that you want everyone to try.
As you can see, my menus, they have names with Hey Eb, Hey Lou, Hey Hammy, Hey Pop. Our catering menu have like Hey Adore, Hey. These are a lot of people from my wife family, my family, people that inspired me to cook. Hey Eb is very popular. That's my grandmother. She helped me teach me just about everything I know about cooking. Hey Lou is her sister. She taught me on pastry and cooking and fashion. Hey Hammy is my mom. She taught me a lot of fashion and cooking. So all these great women in the world taught me a lot of things. Hey Pop is my grandfather's. They taught me a lot of things of being a young man and taking pride in myself and giving me the confidence I need to be able to know that anything I want to do in life, that I can achieve it. So the main great things that sells the most out of the store is Hey Lou, which is corned beef pastrami with honey turkey, provolone sauteed peppers, our sauce for the sandwiches, and
I think that's the one I saw on the counter that was huge. That sandwich can like feed two and a half people.
Yes.
And we have a picture of that. We're going to put that in at the end of the video.
Okay. So these items we generated over the years from catering down to people. Instead of buying catering, now you could buy it in portion. Just come in and purchase it, and you could try it and knowing what you're really purchasing.
Now, what's one of your? You said the Hey Lou, and that's the corned beef pastrami with honey that the young lady was ordering.
Yes.
That's that delicious. What's another one?
The next one would be Hey Eb.
The Hey Eb.
I mean, I'm sorry,
about it.
Hey Hammy. Hey Hammy is when you walk in and you want a classic sub. You ever heard of Blimpie Best?
Yes.
Well, that's I take a Blimpie Best. So if you're a person that's trying to come into a different faith without eating pork, no GMO, you're trying to come to Islam, and some of these items that you're not accustomed of, you usually eating the salami. Our salami is beef salami, turkey salami, the turkey ham. All these products, there's no GMO, there's no hormones. So these
and
items,
there's no pork on them.
There's no pork. Our menu is no pork. There's no pork in our. We check everything to make sure, from the mayo to the sauce I use to the oil I use. So that's why when you said you try some of the food and it was light, because if it's not where we're using trans fat, and we understand. I understand of building the menu of what it takes to really make sure it's cleaned properly and it's really taken care of the proper way.
Well, it is really delicious, and I'm sitting here and I'm seeing the community come in and out. The phone is ringing, orders are coming in, and when people say to you, Steve the caterer, when people say to you, you know, you're having gluten-free and you're putting organic on Greenville on MLK, these people are not going to eat that food. They're going to eat, you know, they just want to eat your traditional Southern fried chicken. Excuse me. They want to eat your traditional Southern fried chicken. They want to eat what they always eat. I mean, just give them what they always get, and they'll be satisfied with that. Why go out of your way? That no one's going to eat this food. You know, what do you say to people that I'm sure have said this to you? You know, and why are you going to be serving this one in Greenville and MLK? What do you say to that?
Well, my mom and my mother-in-law said something to me years back and always stuck to me. I started out as being a Southern cook in this community, cooking big batches for clubs and party promoters and things like that. And my mom and my mother-in-law said to me, you know, Steve, but people don't eat soul food every day. And I took heed to that. And I knew, like, you know what, I don't even eat it every day. And I noticed that everywhere you go, this is what's available. And we don't realize that we the persons that actually cook it in our own home. So it's not always great, but there's ways of cooking the food, but just know how to properly put it together. You know, we don't have
to make it healthy.
To make it healthy. Even we have on Fridays, we have some soul food here too. Definitely depends on the special. So we might have, say, the collard greens. We might braise the collard greens instead of letting it cook and all that. The sodium that comes in, the turkey necks and things like that. And then a lot of places they use the old traditional way. Well, there's ways around all of this to answer your question. But what I wanted to do was give something that you can come in and be able to have and be your choice. So if you don't want to eat something fried or wings, you don't have to. So if you want to have a wrap and without having the roll, you can have that choice. So if you want to have, say you want to eat turkey and you're on a 500 calorie diet for lunchtime, you say, Steve, I need something that's very light. Okay, no problem. We're going to make you a salad bowl. What items you have? We'll tell you what you have. You have a choice. If you go to McDonald's, McDonald's have gluten. They put flour. They put breadcrumbs. Well, our burgers, 100% straight up ground beef. The chicken, straight up 100% chicken breast. So these things here is not all about flavor, but we enhancing the flavor.
And I noticed your food. It was very I don't want to use the word simple, but yes, it was very simplistic. It wasn't a lot of this and a lot of that, and it was so delicious. It was so tasty. The fish was slightly crunchy on the outside, and then it just broke into this wonderful flavor. The chicken, the wing flings with the sauce on it, and they were so juicy. But everything, the seasoning was simple. It was light. I just can't describe it. I mean, I think I would eat here every day. I mean, I never just walked into a place and sat down and ate 2 main courses and had a dessert. I mean, that's really a first for me. And I'm a big eater, but to come into I may do it at home, but to come into a restaurant and eat two main meals and then have a dessert is a bit much. But I ate all of it. I mean, I cleaned the plate, and it was light. And I love your food. I really do.
Bless you.
And I have to tell you, as a person, I have celiac disease, so I don't really have a choice other than to eat gluten-free. And if I don't, I'll be ill. So for me to walk into some place and have the expectation of not knowing what's on the menu and not having to just eat a salad, I have to say that is very, very promising.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate the fact that you put thought into your food, that you've considered things that people may not be aware of, because you don't have to know that you have celiac disease from the onset. It can creep up on you at any time in life. And one of the biggest challenges that people face with celiac disease is that they don't know how to educate themselves, or they don't know how to make the lifestyle change.
Yes.
They all of a sudden find that everything that they're used to eating, there's nothing there from them. And people will be pleasantly surprised to come in here and be able to order with their friends and not have to go through the menu and see all the things that they can't have. Rather, they'll come in and they'll see all the things that they can have, and that's big kudos to you.
Yeah, and I want to say that we're sitting here with Steve Decatur from Greenville, MLK, and it's your menu is 80% organic, with organic products, and you have halal meats, and your chicken is real chicken, your beef is 100% beef, and you have a good menu of gluten-free choices on the menu, all right here in Greenville, and
that's
I love
a welcome surprise.
That's a welcome. That's a very, very welcome that you don't have to travel outside your community to get a good, warm, home-cooked meal.
It's not going to make someone sick. And that instinct and that environment, you are an innovator in this community. Because the expected restaurant to open is something that's a pizza shop, a heavily based fat, flour,
the fast food chicken joints,
soul food place that's going to attribute to high blood pressure and obesity. But what you're offering is healthy food that's good, that's tasty, that's filling, and it makes you feel very comfortable.
And the environment is great, I have to say. The environment is really, really great.
Speaking of the environment, you're an entrepreneur, and you weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth. And a lot of people don't understand what it takes to open up a business, what it takes to set things up. Did you map out how you wanted things? Tell us a little bit about how you set up your establishment.
I believe this happened 6 years ago in the making. As anyone knows me personally, family, friends, colleagues, knowing that I always spoke about opening up something. You know, I always did catering and things of that nature, but it always seems it would not get there. You know, I do the big catering jobs, but it's always the new grind, the new understanding. And I was going through things with the understanding of didn't know how to start. I knew how to run a business. I ran other companies and things of that nature, but for me to really have faith and put God first to say it was his time to do it. So it's not so much about how you do it, it's what was laying tracks down for me to go through the path to know how how to go around it.
Okay, so we know that you weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth, obviously. What was the path that led you to opening up this business?
Faith. God first was most important. I was in training not knowing. Cooking for the public, cooking and illustrating ideas to other places, from homeless shelters to those people that's out here when the Sandy storm hit. Me and my wife and family coming out cooking for the public, going to different communities and doing things. And as you can see, it's just me here. So if I haven't went through a lot of these things that I couldn't understand, why it's taking me so long to do this, why it's taking me so long to do that. Because if I didn't know how to mop the floor properly, know how to answer the phone properly, know how to do an interview properly, know how to season properly, knowing how to build a business properly, from the countertops to knowing degrees of how to put a kitchen together, this wouldn't exist. So, no, I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, but with faith and family and God first, is that you can do anything. But you have to have discipline, faith, and you have to have confidence. With confidence, you can go anywhere in this world. Nothing no one can tell you. Nothing. It's true. Not a million years ago did I have my own restaurant. Never.
Okay. So you worked for other people before.
Yes.
What is the biggest difference that you find with working for yourself versus working for someone else?
Your challenges are different. There's no one that's over. Let me rephrase that. I still work for people. I work for the public. And not only I work for the public, I work for the community. So this is not mine, this is theirs. I'm just being linked here. So I want to make that very understandable. But for me working and for the corporations, and you have everything is problem solving. Well, here problem solving is just you. There's no board table with all these different ideas. So the ideas you have is all brainstorm in your own mind. You just got to take it from your brain and put it on a piece of paper. So that's what makes it different. What makes it great and grand, like a grand piano, is that there's different people come through here every day that I could just say, you know what, how your day going? It's not about me. It's about them coming in, not just to come here to get food. It's just for them to be happy that they could come here and have a choice.
The other question is, you talked about your family being behind you. When it comes to, many young entrepreneurs want to know, how did you finance your business? Was your family there for you? Because a lot of people, some of the young entrepreneurs that we've interviewed said, listen, it was my family, there were no banks to loan me money. There were no grants for me. It was my family being behind me, my cousin or my aunt, my mom, my dad, all the money that I saved up on my own. I took all the money I had out of my 401k. I sold my bike, I sold my car. What was sort of your road path, your road path, your financial road path to your freedom?
My financial road path of financial freedom, for one thing, I didn't sell my soul. So I kept faith first and family too. And everything else just worked itself out. I didn't have to work hard for it. It was already here.
That's an answer.
That's a good answer.
That's a good answer.
So, what's next?
What's next? Only I could dream of. My next dream is where you're standing at, you're sitting at. There's going to be one section where it's going to be where you have a choice to be able to purchase certain lotions and soaps and detergents. And you go out in the front, you'll be able to look at the produce, spices, herbs, things of that nature. The section over here, the TV will be gone. Probably sit up. It's going to be a little library section, so kids, when they come in and grab a book, they grab a book and sit down and read. That's my next plan.
That's a great plan.
That's a great plan. I noticed that you said that you had a Facebook page.
Yes.
What is your Facebook page?
Steve Decatur, And we at GanilCaters@gmail.com and SteveDecatur@gmail.com.
And when you spell Steve Decatur, would you spell that for people slowly?
It's SteveDecater@gmail.com.
And you're also on Twitter as well.
Yes, _SteveDecatur@gmail.com.
Perfect. I want to thank you for welcoming
Thank you
us
so much.
into
It was
your business,
great.
and
Thank you so much.
I want to thank you for sharing your talent with the Greenville community, and invite us back.
Invite us back.
You're always welcome.
Invite us back. When you throw something new on the menu,
Yeah.
invite us in.
But
We
invite
would
us
love to
in.
come.
We love to come.
It was a pleasure.
Tell more
All
people
right.
about you. I'm telling you. I'm bringing everybody in. My sister loves fish.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we do the fish.